Hey guys, it's the weekly wrap back with another video slash podcast on the COVID situation in Queensland, particularly Brisbane. So Ray, do you have anything you want to start off with?
Yeah, COVID sucks. Yeah, I was laughing at Sydney. I was laughing at Melbourne. Look, I wasn't laughing in the sense that, oh, look, you guys got COVID. I was laughing in the sense that, we're free, we're chilling, we're vibing. And now we're part of Stitch Up. This is shit. They don't even know. Last I checked, they don't even know how this girl got COVID.
Oh man, I don't even know. Like it was some injured pilly thing or something. I don't even know about the contract tracing or whatever.
Yeah, well, today was 1st of August. They've had the most cases since, I think since last year this time.
Yeah, the actual lockdown from last year, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah, far. I'm not happy because I had plans to play football on Monday and proper 11 versus 11, and that's been cancelled. One thing I am happy about is I usually go uni at freaking 8 o'clock in the morning.
Mate, look here, I told you 8 a.m. class is not good.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. I'll be honest, it wasn't the smartest idea for me.
Don't worry, I did a few times.
Yeah.
You come play football. What position do you play?
Striker.
Mate, I'm CDM, man. It's where it's at, man.
Oh boy.
Anyway, that's a discussion for another time.
Before you move on, I just want to say this guy doesn't run out of energy. I swear, he's like the next Energizer Bunny.
That's why I play CDM, man. I've got a shield in front of the back line and I run in late and score goals, mate. Maybe I'm gassing myself a little bit too much, but anyway. But what I was going to say is, with this COVID, right, I feel like it's with the lockdowns, there's people introverted and like gaming all the time. They'll love it, right? They'll be like, oh, well, this means I'm not going to be marginalized by other people and I'm just, it works well for me. Then there's those people who like partying. They're going to hate it.
Yep.
They want to be out and about.
Oh, did you hear about the protest?
What, today?
So no, I was watching the news yesterday. So yesterday I found out it was lockdown, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
And I was watching the news, and I think it was the police minister or something like that.
Of Queensland?
Yeah, I think it was Queensland.
Yeah.
He said, if you guys were thinking about doing a protest in the Brisbane CBD, don't do it because we might go into lockdown for longer. And the first thing I thought in my head was,
we're going to get lockdown longer?
Yes.
You start the fear to go more. There's a real possibility that can happen.
Yep.
That's funny. That's what he said. So what I was saying before, mate, is for me personally, like, because of COVID, I used to work in the office all the time, as you know, and now I'm more work from home, like 3 or 4 days from home a week, and maybe 1 to 2 days in the office. That's been awesome. What really pisses me off about COVID, the one thing that pisses me off mad, is it affects my boxing training. It's so shit. It just really winds me up. That's literally the main thing for me. If I'm going to be selfish and say what in my life, what I really hate about it, it's the fact that it interrupts with that. Besides that big part of my life, I don't really give a shit. Like, if it's a lockdown, I'll be like, okay, this is what it is, we accept it, move on. But that particular part really, really gets on my nerves.
Well, the one thing that annoys me is because we've been in lockdown before, and I had to go to work.
Yep.
And my work doesn't stop. Like, I don't have the flexibility that this guy does. You know how you can wake up last minute at like 8:55.
Hey, man, my work starts 8:30, man.
All right, 8:25.
Yeah.
I have to wake up at freaking 6 o'clock every morning to get to work on time. And
you got to earn your dues, mate. You got to earn your dues.
No, this guy. Oh.
No, I can't lie. It is a bit crap for people like you have to be on the site because the flexibility has been pretty gangster. Like, I don't, when I go in the office 2 days a week, I actually struggle how I used to go 5 days a week.
Oh boy.
No, for real. I feel really tired. I'm like, man, this is like, I need myself a Red Bull right now because I don't drink coffee. I'm like, oh man, it's pretty taxing on the body. Pun intended.
Oh man, this guy's annoying me.
Yeah,
He's got. If you guys are watching, this guy's a really annoying smile on his face.
why can't you? Well, obviously, there's sales and stuff. There's two parts of your job. There's one part is where you do more stuff like with your computer. Is it not possible at all to work from home?
They prefer me there because like they like don't It's sort of like a trust issue, I'd say, because you know how you have a
Okay,
budget and you don't ask the boss before you put the money into the marketing and stuff.
I
It's
see.
more of like a trust issue, I'd say.
I
I
see.
feel like
So
that.
for
Yeah.
me, my job works tracks about every 6 minutes, so they don't really care because they'll know if I'm budging or not. Okay, so you don't like the fact that COVID doesn't give you flexibility of work, but like in general, does it COVID piss you off, or are you like, yeah, it is what it is?
Well, if you asked me this last year,
Yeah,
I wouldn't really care
yeah,
because I didn't do much except for school.
yeah,
But this year, if you ask me,
yeah.
I'd say it pisses me off in a sense that I know that my job isn't essential.
Mm.
So
But you still got to do it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I have to wear a mask all day.
Yeah.
And I have to tell
Do you have to
people
wear a mask in the? Oh, you have to wear a mask in the thing as well.
because the office is right next to the roller door. So the biggest, most annoying thing is everyone knows there's a QR code you have to check into, right?
Yeah, and not everyone does.
Not everyone does, and you're left there shouting at people.
Please,
Can you
scan.
please just scan this QR code?
Okay, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Do you think that like when they're walking in, they see the QR code and pretend to ignore it, or they actually not? You know.
I genuinely think they do ignore it because we have one on the roller door, so that's the first thing you see. Then we have another board on the side. That's the first thing you see, and then it's on two walls and on a bed headboard, and they don't see it.
Hey, how do they react? When you like talking if you scan, what the hell they react?
Like, oh sorry, I didn't see it. It's right in front of me.
Maybe they show on Specsavers.
Oh, I would be a perfect Specsavers ad dude if I was like they recorded my life.
From all the stuff you see.
Oh man, and there's also the people that don't wear masks. They really
Wait, really?
piss me
People
off.
don't wear masks?
So no, so what happens is they go inside and then you're like, can you please put on a mask? They're like, oh, I have to put on a mask? You're like, yes. On the front door, next to the QR code, it says, no mask, no entry.
They say just rolling without a mask.
Yeah, and then they go back to their car and then they get their mask. Or some people are that dumb that they think they don't even bring a mask. And then they ask, oh, can I get a mask? And I'm like, okay, time to scam. $1 for a mask, please.
That's still not too bad because I know some like if you're gonna buy a mask by itself, it costs like $2.50 a mask. Yeah, the reason I know is I bought one from a pharmacy the other day.
Mm.
Before lockdown. Yeah, before this lockdown.
Yeah.
Not before this, not the lockdown. So restrictions that came. What was it during? Anyhow, some period. I bought it. And it cost me $2.50 for like this piece of like whatever it's made of, piece of cloth.
Okay.
So you're scamming. You're not scamming that hard.
Yeah.
So you might get out the scam game.
Yeah, you see, my boss is like he's making good sales,
Mhm.
but I'm also making sales from the small things too.
So you gotta get commissions for this, man.
I should, yeah.
That astounds me that people like the QR code on I sort of do get like people as they're distracted on their phones or walking they might miss it, but the mask I'm like man everyone carries that shit around these days. So that surprises me.
Oh man, if I had to tally how many times I have to tell people to put their masks on,
You'd be like
I'd probably become a millionaire if I asked for 50 cents per every time I said it.
2 million times, you reckon?
Far out, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I sort of feel like it's like it's getting old. COVID and restrictions are getting old and boring, and really just like
It's dragging.
And you're like, when is this shit gonna end?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like I'm hearing stuff now, like reports now in America, like, oh my god, COVID, Delta strain.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they go back into lockdown, because the vaccination is pretty high.
Yeah.
If they go into lockdown, then I think, well,
What's the point?
what's the point? It's dead. It's redundant, you know.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, it's just it's sort of driving me a bit crazy right now.
But that reminds me, there's another funny story about COVID.
Yeah.
So for ladies and gentlemen, for a bit of context, I work at a furniture company. So we sell beds, mattresses, and sofas and stuff. And people always ask me a question of, can I sit down on this lounge?
Yeah, would you say yes, right?
Of course, it's a display store.
Yeah.
You can physically sit on it.
Yeah.
And they always ask me, are there any rules changed about if I can sleep on the mattress for a few seconds just to feel it? I'm like, should I say no just to piss them off?
Yeah, you should. Like, if you lie, you buy. If you lie, you buy.
I should do that. That's actually really smart.
Hey, I want a commission. I tell your boss I need to take my own little cut for that.
Oh man, he'd probably be like, that's too much commission.
Too much commission, even 0%. Yeah, that's funny. But I mean, that sort of shit won't change. It's more like, I mean, I guess it's more like the germs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I haven't. So in my time, I haven't really seen anyone breaking any rules, but a couple of times here and there, I've seen people walk around without masks, and it's sort of becoming a new norm to have that stuff on. Like if someone walks in without a mask, whatever,
We start thinking, what are you doing?
well, not really. Part of me is like, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, why? Like, I get what you're saying when you think, well, what are they doing? But I'm still also like, it shows maybe a little bit of freedom and liberty in doing that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you another funny story. There's a lot of COVID stories at work.
See, like you get that. I'm an office champ. Can I get any of this?
I don't miss the action. I get all the funny stuff.
Yes, yeah.
So one time, so a customer called because they had delivery on this day.
Okay.
They scheduled.
Yeah.
And they were asking for the time frame,
Okay.
and I gave them the time frame, and then about an hour later.
What was the time frame you gave?
I think it was after 2, but the boss said it was from 2 to 3.
And what time was this call? This inquiry?
I think it was
Morning?
1 o'clock in the afternoon. Something
Like,
like
it's only an hour away. Basically.
Yeah. So what happened was the delivery driver, he dropped everything off.
Yeah.
Then the lady called us and she said the driver wasn't wearing a mask. So one of our workers wasn't wearing a mask, and the first thing that came in mind was why.
And so, did the guy get in trouble?
He got in trouble. Obviously, got in trouble.
What was his excuse? What did he say?
He said it was because we were socially distancing, but he had an assembly job, so he had to go inside the house and fix the bed and everything.
And he didn't have a mask.
And he didn't have a mask on at all.
Did he go inside?
He went inside. Of course, he had to assemble it.
And then he got in trouble.
He got in trouble. Yeah.
Do you think though, man? Okay, here's a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
With these masks and stuff, what about those people who struggle to breathe with the masks on?
That's exactly what my next point was. Because
Yeah.
I think after about an hour, because I have to work in a heater,
Yeah.
so about an hour after, I start feeling really hot.
Yeah.
And I have to take it off for a bit.
Yeah.
Like, but take a few breaths and put it back on. But whenever you do it, customers look at you weirdly.
Is it healthy? Like, what about, like, have you just left your nose exposed maybe and just keep your mouth covered?
Yeah, I've done that a few
That
times.
makes it easier.
Yeah, it does make it a lot easier because when you breathe a lot, you feel like, I don't know about you, because sometimes like chewing up, like the minty
Goes up your nose?
aroma goes up your nose and your eyes, and your eyes get all watery.
Oh, does that really?
Yeah, it makes it feel like you're gonna cry. So it makes it look like you're really emotional at work, and you really care about your job.
Yeah, they really care about your job. They really miss that here. They really just want to leave this place.
I think it's more of leaving this place.
Yeah. Okay. The worst thing for me about wearing masks, man, because I wear glasses, right? Because I'm blind as a bat. And when you have a mask on, even when you like put it tightly around your nose, the when you exhale, it goes up and fogs up your glasses.
You need windscreen wipers.
You do. That shit's stupid. Like sometimes I'm like, especially when you're driving.
Oh, that would suck. That's a
crap.
big blind spot.
Right. Vision 0. Definitely should have spectators.
Yeah.
Can't see nothing. That is probably the most annoying thing.
Yeah, that if someone's an entrepreneur listening to this, that's one solution that you should have.
Well, actually, talking about that, when last year, when COVID started, right, it started in Australia, so this is probably when we went into lockdown about March. I had this idea, I think it was around March or April, I had this idea.
Yeah.
I was like, everyone's wearing masks. It would be really good to make money right now to make designer fancy masks. Like,
oh yeah.
and I was like, this could blow up. And then, but I was like, nah, surely, maybe like in 3-4 months this is all over. A year and 5 months later, still going. A year and 5 months later, still going. I could have made money. And now I'm seeing people, like all these companies come up with fashion masks, and then you see all these, it becomes accessory. And I'm like, man, I could have had my $3 million to quit my job.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And you could have stopped crying about working.
Oh, that's true. You trolled me, man.
I tried myself as well. So it's double trouble.
I've seen some masks that have zips on them. So when you eat,
What?
you can actually take it off, and it's like a Velcro on the top, so you can eat while wearing a mask.
No way.
No, I've seen it. A guy at work has it. I think
Did he make it himself? Did he buy
No,
it?
he bought it for $25.
$25.
Because the zip thing is so premium, it's so hard to make. I can't sew it on, can I? I can't sew it on and put it on.
Wait, for real? Maybe I'm actually thinking I might just make it myself and start selling it. It's give it like some real cool little like badge on the side.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'm not gonna lie.
$25.
Now, instead of putting a zip there, what you do is you put some transparent stuff near the nose hole so it's easy to breathe.
Like little holes.
You defeat the purpose of putting a mask on.
Hey bro, I could breathe easy on a mask. Yeah, but man, these germs are getting too easier. Oh, okay. The zip thing, that's actually a proper gangster.
What do you mean? That's the dumbest thing I've seen.
Nah, I think it's awesome.
Why?
You can eat without taking the shit off your face.
Yeah, but like, I wouldn't want to do that. I want to take it off because if it.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Probably don't take it off. He probably thinks he's a real gangster. That your workmate.
He does, but he doesn't know he got scammed. I reckon if I made it,
$5.
I could have made it for $2.50.
You just get a mask and all that. You cut a scissors and you stitch.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Because I have a Bonds cloth one.
Oh yeah.
It's I think I paid $5 for it for
That's
just one mask.
pretty good value for money.
Just one mask though, and I could easily just cut out scissors and put a zip on for maybe 50 cents.
Hey, that. But man, that $5 mask is pretty cheap because the pack of I had to buy a pack of disposable masks. Pack of 10 cost me $25.
Oh, there's another flaw to your work and my work. I got a box of free masks.
Oh, really?
The boss didn't because I'm a student, so I work at uni. I do uni as well. So he said I don't want to catch you without a mask. So he gave me a box of masks as a gift.
How many masks did you in your box?
25.
Oh, jeez. Hey, masks are worth the money in gold these days.
I know, right?
So, I heard that apparently after COVID started, that there's a factory down. I think it's in Victoria. It's like the biggest mask manufacturing plant in Australia.
Yeah.
Before COVID, they used to make 2 million masks a year. Now they make 2 million masks a week. Again, another idea. Just make masks. The moral of the story of today's podcast is to make masks. So you want to become rich? Make masks.
Yep.
Forget everything else. Forget our stories. Forget me just whinging.
And me whinging.
Yeah, you're crying about your work. Just get masks. Just start build a mask machine.
And what about toilet paper? Do you think that'll go quick again?
So the lockdown got announced yesterday in Brisbane. I saw on Instagram people like my mates and stuff just showing like the fridge is being raided. Yesterday I went into Woolies at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
It was packed to the rafters. Like the line was like the longest I've seen it ever at the Woolies. So I don't think they were getting toilet paper this time. They were getting a whole bunch of junk food.
Well, no, last year when toilet paper was really losing its supply, I was thinking of making, the American dollar toilet paper. I was thinking of selling that.
That'll cost you money to print it.
From Wish, I think it was 50 cents per, 10 pack. And it had an American
10 pack?
dollar. Yeah, it's American dollar.
That's cheap.
I don't know.
10 pack, as in like 10 rolls of tissues.
Yeah.
Toilet paper.
Yeah.
Shit, that's cheap.
Yeah, and then imagine wiping
it's not the
your
type.
butt.
I was gonna say it's not the type that it's like when you try to wipe your backside, all the shit just like.
I mean that's
the next minute you have like a brown hand.
I mean that's the buyer's fault. I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, try before you buy.
Yeah, you try before you buy. Yeah, just like lie you buy.
Oh my god! I mean, this actually got me on a bit of a roll. I remember when COVID started. Hand sanitizers.
Oh,
that shit was like, mate. That was
expensive.
Mate, that shit was like drugs. It was like that drugs are expensive. People were trading that shit, man. It was like, hey, what you got? I got dope. What you got? I got hand sanitizer. I'm a hand sanitizer guy.
So one time at school. So I was at school last year.
Yeah.
And what happened was, a friend of mine, he had one of those Dettol. I think there's really small bottles.
Yeah, I have got those.
Yeah. So he had one of those, and he used to charge $1 per drop on your hand, and he made some good money.
Did people actually pay him? Are people dumb?
Yeah. So in economics class, what he used to do was
that's really capitalism.
So he used to give teacher a free drop, and then after that, when other people were going in, he's like $1 please, and they used to say yes or no, and then they'll give him $1 or not give him $1.
And, you reckon he made good money?
Probably make some good money.
Did teachers give him extra marks for the free?
I feel like they did.
Interesting. I mean, it's funny. I'm looking right now. Look how big that hand sanitizer bottle is right behind that mic.
Yes, 500 ml there.
500. So that would how many will it drop? 1 mil per drop, you reckon?
Let's say that, yeah.
So that's $500 just sitting there.
Yeah.
Remember $500 of liquid gold right there. Go make your money.
I wish I was still going to school too then.
Yeah. Where do you see this COVID lockdown heading, in your opinion?
Well,
the Brisbane, forget Sydney and Melbourne. Those guys are racist, especially Sydney.
Yeah, they're pretty. Yeah. I feel like it's gonna go like back to lockdown after. I think it's gonna get extended, in my opinion.
Much longer, a little bit longer.
I reckon depends on what happens in the next 2 days
with these COVID cases.
Yeah.
So today we had, like I said, the most we've had since last August. But I think everyone expects that.
Yeah.
Because I think you're right. It depends on how many cases we have, but I think even more important than that is finding a missing link and how to go about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking next.
Yeah.
Who linked it together? Yeah.
I reckon if they get that missing link with her,
Mm.
and the cases say tomorrow and day after drop from like 9 to like 2 or 3, then I think we're sweet.
Yeah.
But if it's like even they drop 2 or 3 tomorrow
Mm.
and they can't find missing link, I reckon
They're gonna go lockdown further.
Yeah, well, yeah. They did say apparently there's some connection to Sunshine Coast. So
That's a pretty far link.
yeah, because that was the last case I think that they found from the Sunshine Coast. Some dude was in Maroochydore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. People, I think just taking wild whack guesses right now.
It's kind of a guessing out at the
Yeah.
moment, anyway.
And so, what are you going to do over lockdown?
Honestly, I'm
Because
gonna.
you're saving time. You don't have to go to uni anymore. You go to virtual. So
I
does that
got.
mean extra sleep? Or does it mean extra gaming? Does that mean extra study?
I think it's gonna be extra sleep.
Extra sleep, eh?
Extra sleep because the way it's gonna work is I'm gonna sleep 1 hour later tonight, and then I'm gonna sleep 1 hour more tomorrow.
So
it's
same
gonna-
amount of
same
sleep,
amount of sleep,
But
but
it's muck around more.
exactly.
In other words, gaming.
Yeah.
Okay, so the real is gaming. See, I was trying to get a bonus. Oh yeah, man, I sleep more.
No. So you see, the way this works is high risk, high return. You see, gaming is a skill. Once you master it, you make some big bucks.
No, man, the only type of gaming I rate is FIFA.
That's literally the only
Yeah,
game.
okay, cool. And that's fast. I think for me personally, yeah, this really hurts me about boxing. Other than that, if it was for boxing, I wouldn't care. But I mean, COVID's got me to a point where I ended up enrolling into Master of Tax. So I mean, it's making me lose my mind. So
Yeah, he's quite losing his mind. Yeah.
going bonkers right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's where we are right now, eh?
Mm-hmm. I can't believe we're going back into lockdown. Like it
was sort of inevitable, I feel like.
I
Because
feel
shut
like
our borders.
yeah.
If we shut our borders, I mean, there's muppets of like getting a boat and freaking sailing across the border.
It's so
If
annoying.
we stopped idiots like that, it shuts the border tight, it wouldn't have happened. But you know, it is what it is.
Well, so what happened was I got another story for work.
Okay.
So this guy's a wholesaler. So his business is
Selling you the furniture. Or is he buying
no,
it?
he's buying off us.
Okay.
So the way it works is he takes his furniture.
Yeah.
So he buys it off us. We give him a 15% discount or something. If you're listening to this, I shout your name out if I could, but I can't. So what happened is he was buying furniture and he was speaking to us while buying. He's like, the police after 6 o'clock at winter, you don't see them on the road.
You don't see anyone on the road?
No, because you know how it's supposed to be border protection?
Yep, no runner. Yep.
The police are supposed to be patrolling at that time. But he says because it's too cold, they don't stay there when they're supposed to be supervising at night. So he said that's another issue that might be causing corona to increase in people coming across.
On the borders?
Yeah.
How does he know?
Because he said he went there once. He's got a border pass. He has to go to New South Wales for some other stuff.
Oh, no, New South Wales?
Yeah. And he told us that. So,
Interesting.
yeah, so it looks like some cold is causing this as well, you know? The winter, the seasonal fluctuations.
Well, I mean, today was nice and warm. I feel like a summer's day. So hopefully they...
I mean, I'm still wearing a jumper.
Yeah, man, I don't get it, bro. I'm like in t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah.
You got your hoodie on.
Men's not hot.
Man's not hot, eh? Man's not hot. Jeez Louise. Well, I'm hoping next podcast we have, this shit's over.
I agree. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I prefer waking up an hour more early. Oh, sorry.
Again, having full
6
freedom
o'clock.
rights?
Huh?
And having full freedom rights?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lab rat at the moment, you know?
Oh, so do I.
Yeah, because it's going to be on repeat. You can't. Like I said, I had football planned on Monday.
You're really close, man.
Yes. I'm not happy.
Yeah. Alright, well, that's us, guys. I mean, that's just us whinging and whining and trying to make funny things out of something which isn't that funny. But, you know, you do what you can and you move and you pivot.
It's a coping mechanism.
I just whinge, really. So, I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully next podcast, like I said, it's all going. But like, comment, subscribe. Maybe drop your thoughts and stories on this. I don't know. I think everyone's going to say shit. Probably summed it up. Alright, you got anything I want to say, mate?
Nah, just stay safe and stay away from corona so you don't get it. And
I mean, that's good advice.
yeah, we hope to have you next time we make a podcast.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.